You are listening to the Savage FINcast, episode 102, Butt Flex.
Chicago. A criminal mastermind called Overlord held our city in his terrifying grip. Ordinary cops were losing the battle against Overlord's super freaks and mutants. Then, a miracle happened. When I found him, he had no memory of his past. I helped him find an identity and a life. Now we have a fighting chance. Now we have the dragon.
This is the Savage FINcast, the show that has a lot to say about drinking hot Coca-Cola. My name is Jim Purcell.
I'm Craig Olson.
And I'm Raven Perez.
We welcome you again to another episode of the Savage FINcast, where, of course, we talk about the best comic book ever made, Savage Dragon, created by the best writer, artist of all time, Eric Larson. It's literally all we talk about. We won't shut up about it. You can't stop us. You're not my dad.
Yeah. And even if you were, I've seen Jim. He can take you, old man.
I'll fight my dad.
Fuck yeah, dude. Savage FINcast, the podcast that fights its dad. Let's go. I think we got some killer news that we're going to kick things off with.
We do have some news, yes.
Yeah, a little, if you were to consume meat and potatoes, this would be a, not even a appetizer, it would be like a, you sit down and the chips and salsa are already there.
Okay,
so let's dig right in.
Hold up, stop. Raven, say that again. Say salsa again.
Salsa.
Okay, never mind.
Salsa? What?
You put a lot of
Did you think I said it clerk style, salsa?
You put a lot of R at the end of that salsa.
Salsa?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
No, dude.
It's New England style.
Never would I ever.
You got pretty angry about that.
No,
my name is Raven Perez.
I was just
and
had my mind blown. I had to hear it again. I had to be sure.
Oh, yeah, you definitely misheard.
Salsa and Santa Claus.
Give me some salsa for my nachos. It's ridiculous, dude. I think the first news article that we would like to talk to you today, dear listener, is the cover for Savage Dragon 258, A Walk on the Wild Side. Eric Larson, to social media, broadcasted the cover for Savage Dragon 258. It's a pretty sweet cover. It has new fan favorite Walter the Tiger standing next to Amy, and she has on classic dragon glasses. You old Finheads know what I'm talking about, but if you're a newer Finhead, you Google this cover, you'll see that those glasses Amy has, they're iconic to longtime readers. So it's a pretty sweet cover. I think it looks dope as a motherfucker. Jim, Craig, I'm going to need your takes, your energy on this.
So, once upon a time, in the long time ago of 2 years ago, my favorite Savage Dragon cover of all time was the Captain Tootsie fighting Malcolm cover.
It's a good one.
Well, it's been shoved off the pedestal, kicked into the dirt, because this is my favorite Savage Dragon cover of all time.
Trash before this cover. Yes!
I really just dig this cover a lot. Just not only from, like, composition-wise, I just think the color on it's so good. And also just conceptually, it's such a cool idea of Amy in glasses hanging out with her cool tiger friend in leather jacket. Just so cool. How could we ever be as cool as this cover? I don't think so.
No. No. There's no hope. Don't try. You'll fail.
Yeah, I mean, how could you not pick this comic up off the stands if you saw it? I always get a kick out of, like, covers that don't have the main hero on it.
Yeah.
It's just always interesting, like, whoa, what's going on here? So I'm totally down with it. Good stuff. I'm really looking forward to seeing the relationship with Walter and Amy. It seems like a cool match.
I also think it's cool because it allows something that Eric's been doing with the Canada years to sort of shine. You know, he's not been afraid to like reference shit, you know? So clearly this car, that ain't your typical Larson car. And this Halifax Street, I bet if you were to look, you probably see that it's just like there's some of the, like this sofa shop probably is like on that street, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I love it. If you are just a passerby in the comic shop, that's something that you've not been getting a taste of. Whereas us cool heads, cool cats, fin heads, whatever you want to say, we've been reading this, we've been enjoying this. Now he's flexing the reference muscles right on the cover. I love it, dude. It's a great cover.
That sign with the gear, he's had that on like a shirt before. I think it's like some podcast that he listens to, but I don't remember what the logo's from.
Pop quiz, do you think that above the sofa shop that is a KFC logo?
Yeah, absolutely. What else could it be?
No idea.
Canada has Kentucky Fried Chicken.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Obviously, they speak
China's
English.
got Kentucky Fried Chicken.
I was going to say, just kidding. Japan does too. They fucking love the Colonel. Kentucky, baby. It's all over the world.
Dude, Kentucky Fried Chicken's like bigger than McDonald's in China.
Really?
I believe it.
That's awesome.
And McDonald's
I love it.
sucks.
Yeah, McDonald's sucks shit. Yeah, right on. Guys, I mean, I don't know. I guess we're done talking about this cover, but like, it's a fucking badass cover, and I love it. And I'm ready for a Walter Amy-centric issue. If this issue is all about these two, sign me the fuck up.
All the covers have been fire lately. He's just really been on a roll.
I want to say that he's galvanized, rejuvenated by the near death of the direct market. He's like, and then he's like, oh no, I gotta really deliver.
So another bit of news is we got kind of a surprise announcement a few weeks ago. Some covers popped up for Graphic Fantasy #1 and Graphic Fantasy #2, but with Image Comics logos. Apparently, Image Comics and Eric Larson are printing Facsimile editions of Graphic Fantasy 1 and 2. These will reprint the entire contents of those original appearances of Dragon in their entirety. Not only the Dragon part, but also Prism and the Iron Hawk stories. Not sure what else is in Graphic Fantasy 2, because it's not on the cover, so I'm not actually sure what's in that one. But apparently, these will be in black and white as they were originally printed. They'll have all their, they'll have all its content, not only the comics, but also the house, not house ads. What I'm saying, also like text articles and other things that were like, because Graphic Fantasy was originally a fanzine of sorts. So there's not only comics but other things as well. What I find interesting is I never realized Graphic Fantasy #1 was a 72-page comic. I didn't realize it was so long.
Yeah.
So it is a $10 book. It's Facsimile edition, whereas Graphic Fantasy 2, I believe, is shorter and only $6 for the new one. Eric basically says that these comics are pretty much impossible to find, so if you want to have a copy, this is a good way to get them in your collection. If you don't want to pay thousands and thousands of dollars for the real deal.
Yeah, I just eBayed Graphic Fantasy just for shits and giggles. Literally, Graphic Fantasy #1. I see 2 copies on eBay. You can get it for either the sweet, sweet price of $4,000.
That's way
that's way too much. Or, hey, if you don't want one that's graded a 9.4, maybe you're okay slumming it up with a 9.2 graded Graphic Fantasy.
Dude,
it's only going to cost.
How any of them could be in the 9s, honestly.
They're great. Like they're graded on a curve because they're handmade.
All right.
I think that's how that works. In fact, I think the color of the banner that they use indicates that.
Well, I just want you guys get a load of the price drop when you go from a 9.4 graded Graphic Fantasy #1 to a 9.2. That little 0.2 difference is going to save you almost $2,000. So, yep, 9.2, that's a slim $2,200. At 9.4, that's $4,000. So, if you think of it this way, that is a steal of a deal to be able to get those facsimiles for only like $9, right?
I feel like I remember in the 90s, like seeing those on eBay for like $100.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure.
And being like, nah.
I mean, for a lot of people, they didn't even know Dragon's first appearance was in Graphic Fantasy. They all think it's in Megaton.
Yeah.
Like official sources like Overstreet had Megaton as Dragon's first appearance for ages and ages.
Right.
So
it's cool that he's reprinting this though, because of like Paul Dragon and the interest of Paul Dragon, and for people to actually read the original Paul Dragon tales in its original format, kind of, you know. The only ones that actually exist.
I find it's fascinating just from a reprint standpoint, the fact that we are also getting the Prism and Iron Hawk stories as well.
Yeah.
You never hear anything about Iron Hawk. We've seen Prism come back before.
Right.
But
I actually got a copy of the original Prism comic from Eric. Like, I don't know if you guys remember this, but on the boards he sold like a bunch. Like, he found a box.
Just sold them on the boards. I don't remember.
I forget how I got it. So I believe he sold it on the boards. But I remember him saying, "Oh, I just found this," and like a bunch of us just bought them.
But I know Prism. I know Dragon. I don't know anything about Iron Hawk. I want to learn about Iron Hawk.
You will February 3rd.
I believe the art is pretty bad for the Iron Hawk stuff. It's pretty like amateur.
Doesn't matter, dude. It's big on heart. I'm just assuming. I mean, Prism's good. I mean, it's. I'm assuming, like, the company. Look at the company that Ironhawk is keeping. I'm saying Prism is good. Paul Dragon is great. So I'm just assuming that they wouldn't just like be like, hey, third dude, you can be shitty if you want. Like, I'm sure it's pretty good. I'm just guessing. These are guess, educated guess.
So, we good with that?
I think that's it.
Oh yeah,
we're going on.
I think you might have something interesting for us.
Well, the Graphic Fantasy is 2 issues, right? At $10 a piece.
No, Graphic Fantasy 1 is 10. Graphic Fantasy 2 is 8.
Oh, less pages.
There's a wrinkle.
Not 8, 6. But yes, I imagine it's less pages.
Okay.
There's a wrinkle we didn't throw out. As of this FINcast, there is slightly conflicting information. Eric said that these would be black and white facsimiles, which would be more true to like how they originally were. Right. However, Image's website has talk of deluxe editions with faux newsprint, which would be likely just reprints of the backups that were recently done in Savage Dragon. So we don't know for sure what the scooparoo is with that. We looked hard to try and find something definitive, and it looks like maybe there's going to be deluxe versions in color and also facsimile editions in black and white. Hey, sorry, listener. You know as much as us.
There you go. All right, so our next piece of news. Listeners, I'm sure if you listen to us, you also listen to Cartoonist Kafabe because it's one of the coolest podcasts on cartooning out there. I really enjoy it. I know you like it, Raven. I don't know if you listen to it, Jim.
I've never heard of it.
Too small time for the Savage FINcast, right?
It's cartoonists Ed Piskor, Jim Rugg. Sometimes they're joined by Tom Scioli, but they have some great interviews and they have some great book reviews. They have a channel on YouTube, so just look up Cartoonist Kafabe if you haven't seen it. And they kind of go page by page, flipping through and just discussing the comics when they're reviewing stuff. And this past month, they did the Image X Month review, where they reviewed all of the Image comics from, I think it was like around issue 13 for Savage Dragon. I think the same for Wildcats was like on issue 14. Maybe right. Spawn was at 25 or something. And I don't know where Cyberforce was, but it's all the Image, and Shadowhawk was 0 because I don't think that was like still ongoing, but it's all the Image heavies: Liefeld, Valentino, Larson, Silvestri, McFarlane, Who am I missing?
Jim Lee.
Jim Lee, of course.
Or not.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
they
Jim
all
DC.
switched books, and so Larson and Jim Lee switched. Larson got Wildcats. Jim Lee got Savage Dragon, which is, if you're a dragon collector, you know this. Liefeld and Valentino switched Youngblood and Shadowhawk, and McFarlane and Silvestri switched Spawn and Cyberforce. So anyway, the Cartoonist Kayfabe guys did a review of each one of these comics, and they talked about the Eric Larson Wildcats comic for about 20 minutes, which was a fun listen. I love these guys because they dig Larson. They understand it. They get it. I think they said that it was probably one of the best issues of the crossovers, and they dig Eric as a cartoonist, which, I think it's, when you look at the stuff, the cartooning and the story-wise of these crossovers, Eric's was pretty fun.
Oh, yeah, dude. It's fantastic.
Jim Lee's was more like, I don't know. It was just so basic and more of a grifter story. But Larson, they did take away points for him and other guys because instead of just embracing Wildcats, he did bring in Freak Force. Mm-hmm. And so he's pushing, and I don't blame him for pushing your own characters. Hey, you want to sell your book? Why not have them, be guests in the comic?
Sure.
Maybe Wildcat guys would pick up Freak Force. But, they kind of wished that they would just have, the creators would have just embraced the books without bringing their own characters in.
Sure.
But it was cool. They kind of laughed about Freak Force. They said, they're kind of like a B team, which they're not lying. When it was like Image was out, Freak Force was I think they called them the West Coast Avengers versus Wildcats, which were like the Avengers in terms of popularity.
Well, sure.
But they definitely gave Freak Force props. They said, not digging on Freak Force. It was a fun book and a great book, but just levels of popularity. But anyway, I encourage you guys to take a listen. It was kind of a fun little jaunt, and they always do a good job.
Bonus, and this is not a proper news article, so I'm just throwing this in alongside it, but I want to say that Cartoonist Kayfabe's Image X month prompted Robservations.
Yes.
Rob Liefeld's podcast to also look at the Image X month. And I haven't listened to it, but apparently...
I didn't get a chance to either.
Well, according to him, he's got the scoop behind the scenes. So, hey, take it with a grain of salt. I'm just saying, if you go down that Cartoonist Kayfabe rabbit hole and you're just hungry for more, well, there's some Robservations that you could get to.
Have you guys listened to any Robservation episodes? His Heroes Reborn episodes, he did like a 2 or 3-parter. Mm-hmm. Fucking phenomenal. It's so fun to listen to. All the behind, like he doesn't hold back talking about the behind the scenes stuff and kind of like the backstabbing and stuff that went on. Especially like Jim Lee stuff, which is pretty amazing stuff that he talks about. It's well worth the listen if you guys are like, you're drawing a comic or something, want something to listen to. It's some juicy tidbits.
You're selling me, dude.
Yeah, it's fun.
I haven't listened to it, but that Image X one was about to drag me in.
Yeah, he's a good storyteller. I don't know how much of it, obviously it's all one person's point of view, but he's entertaining. I'll give you that.
Yeah, man, definitely. I feel like he's a charismatic character, if nothing else.
Yeah,
and it's always cool to hear any Image founding father talk about the past.
Well, especially Rob, he's gone through so much. He's got a lot of great stories. Just his podcast is a real fun podcast to listen to. So, if you want to be entertained, take a gander.
Sweet. Hey, dudes, one last news article. Well, just a little quickie koala to take you out of the news section. Toy Galaxy, which is a YouTube channel. It's toy-centric. Mostly they talk about action figures, 80s pop culture, 80s, 90s pop culture. They do a lot of history of, and they do a lot of top 10 lists and figure reviews and shit like that. If you're in the Savage Dragon, fandom, you're right in that sweet spot for Toy Galaxy, whether you like toys or not, right? However, they're really an awesome channel. Dan Larson is like the face, but there's like I think 2 or 3 other dudes that help him. But like Dan Larson is the main dude hosting Toy Galaxy. And it's so funny because the timing of this, like I was just like bored, just like watching random YouTube things, and like I was watching Toy Galaxy, and they were like, man, they were all around Savage Dragon. And he was like talking about Spawn and like image founding and stuff because it's comic centric too, you know, toys and comics very connected. And boom, baby, it's as if I manifested it to be. Toy Galaxy did a history of Savage Dragon cartoon, comics, and toys episode. And it's very short. I mean, anybody can squeeze this into their life. It's like maybe 11, 12 minutes tops, something like that. But Dan talks about, you know, just Savage Dragon the cartoon, Savage Dragon the comic, Savage Dragon the toys, how it all connected, how it was performing, like, you know, what's going on. And I think the cool thing for Savage Dragon fans, why it's cool and good to watch, is it's just very even-handed. You know, Dan didn't like shit on Savage Dragon. He didn't make a lot of Savage Dragon just went a whole other direction. Woo! Adult. He didn't do any of that dumb shit. It really felt, whether he's a fan or not, it felt like he did his homework and he was very in line with, like, you know, Savage Dragon as a property. It ends with him saying that, yeah, you know, a lot of time, if you consume a lot of Toy Galaxy, he's talking a lot about, like, oh, you know, this series went on to have a lasting legacy forever, like Star Wars or Transformers. It would be like, oh, this series, you know, it died on the shelves. It never could perform. So we all know Savage Dragon didn't go on to have toys and toys and toys, but Dan did his research enough to know that it was because Eric wanted Savage Dragon to be a comic. And it's cool. I'm just saying it's worth
refreshing.
It is very, that's it. You said it. Refreshing is the word. I was just, when I finished the episode, I went into it like I was tensed up. I was like, oh shit. I was like, oh god, this is going to be shitty. Here we go. Click. And it was awesome. He researched. He knew what the fuck he was talking about. He knew Eric's views on merchandise and cartoons and shit. He knew what he was talking about. So I would say any Savage Dragon fan would like the history of Savage Dragon cartoon, comics, and toys episode. Just go on YouTube, look up Toy Galaxy. Savage Dragon is the most recent one, so enjoy. And that is it for news.
So next up, of course, we got some FINteresting Conversation discussion. So last time we posed the question, what artists would you like to see on variant covers on Savage Dragon? As you all know, I had a very heated words about the topic, but we did get a response to us. Let me just read this email out. Hey guys, overall I don't mind the odd variant cover here and there. Used sparingly, I think they can be cool, but that requires some level of restraint and long-term thinking on the part of the publishers. Two things which are sadly lacking, it would seem. That being said, I think Eric does it the right way. My favorite variant was the black and white cover for 222, and wouldn't be opposed to Eric doing more of these, as it really showcases his awesome inks. As for future variants, I would love to see Joe Mad returning to Dragon. Dale Cano would be another one. We got a little taste during Image United, but I know he would kill it on a single character image. And lastly, a gatefold variant cover for 300, featuring every member past and present of the VC, drawn by George Perez. Love the show. The FINcast and the Burlingham interviews have quickly become an integral part of the monthly Savage Dragon reading experience. Keep up the good work. Regards, Giro, rhymes with arrow, by the way.
Burlingame, Russ.
Oh, Russ,
Del Keown.
Unfortunately,
just in case listeners think, I was like, well, we got this. Listeners, don't worry. We got it.
Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure George Perez has officially retired, so that dream will not come true.
We can all have dreams,
I guess.
How do you think a damn guy like George Perez truly retires? Do you think he's just sitting in his living room just drawing like shit tons of heroes everywhere?
I don't know. I don't know what happens when an artist retires. Do they just finally get to draw?
What's funny is they don't. Like, normally most cartoonists work till they die. So I'm like, what? Like,
I think Perez was forced to retire because I think his health started tanking.
I think either their eyes or the hands, and then they're just like, I can't do this professionally anymore.
Yeah. We had a bit of a scare with Jim Starlin because he injured his hand with one of those magic bullets. Apparently it blew up in his hand and like injured his drawing hand, but apparently he recovered enough recently to start working again.
Oh,
What's
really?
A magic bullet?
Oh yeah, he did a Dreadstar Returns Kickstarter, so he's going to be. He is currently drawing the final Dreadstar volume.
Wait, what is a magic bullet?
It's like
in this context.
A magic bullet is it's like a salad shooter, except it's like butt plug shaped.
A goddamn salad. Oh,
did
wow.
you say it's butt plug shaped?
He sure did.
Of all the shapes, butt plug.
Exactly. Of all the shapes. There's infinite shapes. And you went for the butt plug.
It may not have been that. It was definitely some household appliance that you apply pressure to activate. And when he did... Oh, shoot. You know what? It wasn't one magic bullet. It was one of those soda maker machines.
A soda maker?
What? Craig, you're a dad. You know what the soda maker machines are.
Yeah. Carbonated fountain.
Yeah, so apparently...
They come with the little whippets.
Right, so he
True.
put the bottle in the machine to mix the carbonated water and the syrup, and apparently it overpressurized and exploded in his hands.
Jesus.
What a nightmare, dude.
As an artist, yeah, it's probably the worst thing that could possibly happen.
Yeah, I had a buddy who was a god tier guitarist, and he had a motorcycle accident, and he flew over the bars, and you throw your hands up to catch yourself.
Yeah.
He fucked up his hand, and he was terrified. He wasn't going to be able to play guitar.
What about the football player that blew his fingers off with the firecrackers?
That's right. I forgot about that.
He still played. I don't know if he still plays, and I don't know who it is. I can't remember.
Bro, you got to take care of your tools, dude. Don't be making sodas. Just buy one.
So if you're like a pretty popular artist, do you insure your hands?
I would say you should, right? I mean, it's your way to make a living. What other skill set do you have?
I don't know. I don't know how that works.
Who is it who has their legs? Is it Jennifer Lopez that's got the legs insured?
I have no idea.
It's her butt. Nope. You know what? It is her butt. I saw.
Her butt is insured?
Yeah. J-Lo's got the butt insured.
A dog bites a chunk of her ass off?
Yeah, dude. If she's she's filming like a scene in a movie where she's a mailman and like the stunt dog goes crazy and just tears her ass cheek off, boom. She's set for life.
I can't make a living without my ass cheek.
That's it.
That's my money maker.
You can't do the one cheek squeak with one cheek. That's the ironic part.
Can you clap with one cheek?
No, you can't twerk. Think about it. It would look weird, dude. She'd only look right from one side. What a nightmare. We're making
What's the sound of one cheek clapping?
All right.
Are you pressing your ass up against the microphone?
No.
Oh, okay.
So, wow. Well, that's shocking is all I can say.
Mm.
And he's recovered though, right? Like all this is not cruel. Well, like we're...
Oh no, he like I said, he's drawing the a new volume of Dreadstar.
It's just all scribbles.
Nah.
He's drawing it with his teeth.
You know what? Can I just say something? Like, if ever, like George Perez, okay, take it back to George Perez. If ever artists want to continue working, simply go digital. You must. Like, if you're like, my eyes are too bad, dude. Guess what? If you're drawing on a tablet, you can zoom in, make a tiny panel the whole size of a screen, and just keep drawing. And you don't even have to be as like minute and like just please. We have the technology. Please don't let
Raven
that stop.
85 cataracts in both eyes.
Fuck yeah,
his
dude.
Eyes pressed up against the screen.
And I just have the tablet, like the stylus, just taped to my giant like mitt.
You just got like a plug connected to the back of your head at that point.
You just think and the comics happen.
Yeah.
The world isn't ready for thought.
None of the kids want to read your comics. They just want to jerk off to virtual reality.
Well, Raven's here to bridge that gap.
Yeah.
Raven's Dojo virtual reality.
If you want
giant
if you want a little plot with your porn, I got you covered, dog. Just a little plot, not much.
Nah.
Let's say that the pizza guy who shows up to the sexy customer, he's going to help save the world after they bone. That's it. That's how it works.
Okay. And then Forbidden Frankenstein comes in, fucks your shit up.
Don Simpson. Don Simpson name drop. Thank you, Jero, for that FINteresting topic. I sure wish that more listeners had replied. Simon, I know you're listening. Andrew Detremont, I know you're listening. Raymond Cummings, I know you're listening.
Maybe they all hate variant covers like I do. Maybe we're all just together in this.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it, dude.
How about Satoris? Where's our boy?
Satoris Gravis, where are you? If you don't play, you can't win. That's all I'm saying. Get in there. Give us those FINteresting Conversations.
There's nothing to win.
Well,
You don't know that. Oh, yeah, you do.
Why don't you go make a soda jam?
Ooh. After that conversation we just had, you're going to wish that on Jim's hand?
That took a dark turn, right?
It's okay. Nothing of importance would have been lost.
I believe we have a new FINteresting Conversation, don't we?
Yes. So, FINteresting Conversation, the new edition. So you listeners out there, hint, hint, write in, answer this question. Let's see what you got.
Riddle me this.
So you will see after we review this issue, this question will make a little more sense, but assume Malcolm is dead. Who could lead the book and leave you satisfied as a reader? So I guess I'll flip the table over and that doesn't even sound right. I'll turn the table over to one of you guys. Who would you like to see take over the book if Malcolm is indeed dead?
Flash, Mercury. No, wait. Angel. I've wanted Angel to be the lead in the book for a long time. Like, for ages and ages and ages. Like, I wanted her to be the star when... I can't remember what the circumstances were. There was like a moment where it was possible, but then it passed.
Mm-hmm.
I also wanted him to change the name of the book to Savage Dragons, plural, which I guess could still happen, but I don't think he's ever going to do that.
If Angel was the lead, would you have it be Angel Dragon instead of Savage Dragon?
No, she's still Savage Dragon.
Okay.
She's Angel Dragon. She's a Savage Dragon.
I like it.
All right. Did she get a suit and a fake fin?
No, she's just same character. Nothing's changed.
I like it.
She's just the lead.
That'd be very confusing. And
and if I can't have that, I want her to be. I wanted her to become Super Patriot. The all new, all different Super Patriot.
Wow.
Well, she wore the American flag, and she was super strong. So it totally made sense to me and only me.
Cybernetic limbs
a cyborg?
No. I'm talking classic Super Patriot. Cybernetic limbs are for later.
You just make her like 80 years old.
Oh, God, you guys
cut off her arms and legs.
You guys totally do not understand this conceptually.
I know, I am messing with you.
Johnny Armstrong was just a strong dude in World War II. He didn't have cybernetic limbs. He kicked ass. So why can't Angel inherit that mantle? And then in 80 years, she can lose all her limbs.
Because Super Patriot's so much cooler now.
Meh.
With cybernetic limbs.
Meh. Not compared to Angel, he's not. All right, Raven. You're on the spot.
Are you ready to have your mind blown?
No.
I also would be satisfied if Angel was the lead. And that's my first pick out of all of the supporting cast, because I think that while that might not be like the most dragon-centric parallel, I think that she could go in interesting, like, there's interesting things where she doesn't quite have the healing factor or whatever else. You wouldn't get quite that same vibe of her just getting, blown into bits and then being okay. So she'd have to be a bit of a more careful lead, right?
Yeah.
And she's still a member of the dragon family. I think that she's kind of like what would happen if Smasher was cool. Although, you know, Smasher did turn cool there towards the end.
What if Smasher, but cool?
Yeah, exactly. Cool Smasher, right? But like Angel has a lot of personality. She's a super legacy character. I would be very satisfied if she was the lead of the book. That being said, you gave a backup. I'm going to give a backup. If you don't give it to Angel, then I am going to give it to Maxine. And you might be like, what? Maxine as a lead? Dude, she could have like kind of almost a Professor X, like To Me My X-Men kind of thing, where like she like fucking tells the kids to like go out and kick ass. Like she's like a Splinter. Like the kids as they get older, they just become like more and more adept at like protecting her, and then there'd be like super high stakes because she's like just a normal person. So I think
her army.
Yeah, dude. Like her little legion. Like I think Angel is your more. If you had like to replace Malcolm, Angel is your more like 1-to-1 kind of parallel because you'll still get like super strength and brawling and all that stuff. But if you wanted something like fucking crazy, like Angel becoming Super Patriot, then yeah, I put Maxine as the other character that would leave me satisfied because A, I just like her, but B, I think it would be interesting to have a main character that is not really capable of like super defending themselves, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So I have this.
I like that.
So I have this thing where I don't know. Is this common where you like kind of think about and theory craft your fan like ideas of where the series can go?
It's way more common than you would. It's more common than it should.
Like,
be.
Isn't that like the whole point of this, of reading these books, is to imagine what could happen next?
Not the
It's part of it.
I mean, yeah, it's part of it though, for sure.
Because back when I was thinking about Angel taking over the book, is like, how would you do that? My initial idea was Angel joins the Chicago PD, and then she partners up with Amy Belcher, who's human at the time, and they have like a buddy cop duo thing going on, like Dragon and Frank used to have.
Well, what's funny is you get Angel and Frank now, so technically you could have your like Chicago, like Frank and like a dragon, like a strong, like it's so funny how that's why I said that's kind of your not exciting pick, because if you have Angel and Frank, like you almost have like 1-to-1 Dragon and Frank, like
right.
The dynamics are just a little different.
I won't even tell you about that time I wanted Overlord to reform Freak Force with Malcolm and Angel on the team.
What?
I won't get into that one today. That's for later.
Wow. That's wild, dude. That's wild as shit.
All right. Craig, what do you got?
Lay it on.
I like Angel. I don't see it happening because I don't think that she's visually appealing enough.
Well, what would satisfy you? That's
really
the
go
question.
Back to the original question. What character would you have lead the book?
Yeah, what would satisfy you?
So let me just finish my point, though. But I do like her as a lead temporarily, kind of like what he did with She-Dragon, because I would like to see some of those stories get fleshed out with her as a lead.
Sure.
If it was like a 4 or 5 issue run. So I think that would be cool. But if I had to pick someone to just take over the book,
right.
It's probably the softball kind of, not softball, but the kind of the easy answer would probably be Amy Dragon, for the reason that we have not seen a lead in this book start from such a young age.
Right.
So by the time Malcolm really took over the lead, he was already an adult. But to have a lead that grows up each
Peter
month
Parker style
with a focus, that would be awesome.
That would be really interesting. That's a really good point. I think it would be. Like she'd have to be doing the juggling with school and shit.
And the supporting cast would all grow at the same time, too, for the most part, besides the adults. It would be a real interesting experiment, and it would keep that kind of dragon look that I feel Eric would be more comfortable with, still having a alien dragon kind of lead. And I don't know. I especially after looking at that cover that we were talking about with her and Walter, I definitely could see her taking over the book.
Real talk, even though me and Jim both said Angel, like, I have to imagine that the book would probably tank hard without someone with a fin.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why Paul will never be the lead of this book.
But that's why I'm saying if Angel, I could see that happening with like a 5-issue, kind of, like he did with She-Dragon back in the day, and actually change the title to She-Dragon. Like it would be kind of cool to change the title to Angel Dragon or something for 5 issues.
I would be super down with that, but yeah, like as far as taking over the, you know what, that is a really good pick, dude. I feel like shitty for my pick now.
Nah, I kind of like that. It was pretty awesome. Like Ninja Turtle Splinter reference is kind of a cool dynamic, actually. I'm really excited to see these kids grow because I think we talked about that last episode, right? Where we were saying like each kid seems to be getting their own trait. Where
oh yeah,
super smart one, and you know the kind of the leader one, and you know whatever. But you know, I think that's the way Eric's going with these kids. He's going to give them their own unique trait.
Tyrone does machines.
So yeah, if you guys out there have some answers for us or you want to share your opinions, please write to us, savagefincast@gmail.com. And on our next regular episode, we will read your mail. So write in, let us know. We want to know what you think.
P.S.
Assume Malcolm is dead. Who could lead the book and leave you satisfied as a reader?
P.S. Mark Welser, don't think I forgot you listen. You better write. you better tell us who would be your satisfactory lead, motherfucker.
We just guilted all 7 of our listeners.
I know. When you know their names, that's each listener we named the ones that I know.
And Tony M.
And Tony M. and Jero. Don't you forget. You better write, dudes. I'm going to be so sad.
And now the 3 that we forgot are going to stop listening.
I know, dude. They're going to be mad as a motherfucker. I'm sorry, guys. It's this whole pandemic. It's been hard.
Hey, guys. You know what time it is?
You know, even though it was just Thanksgiving, I still have a hunger. You got something for me?
I got some meat and potatoes.
Can I tell you that was exactly what I was wanting?
The AMSR.
No, dude, the meat and potatoes. No. You're creepy ASMR.
I thought I gave you like chills when I whispered in your ear.
It has got to go. Enough. Everyone hates it. Andrew Detriment just wrecked hearing that. Saying, dude. Can I tell you guys a super funny story, a little insider? You want a observation from me? So when I bought this,
a Raven-servation?
Yes. A Raven query. Just kidding. That doesn't work. When I bought this beautiful, beautiful issue, Vicious Circle Triumphant, super cool cover, $2.54, red logo on black background, always a winner. But can you imagine what happened when, to my horror, I looked down and my hot little hand had put a thumbprint on this cover?
Oh, black covers do that.
Super sad was I, right?
Did it lift the black off and leave your print?
It sure did, yeah, dude.
Your greasy taco eating hand.
Dude, that's racist.
You're always eating tacos when you read.
That's racist.
That was pretty racist.
I'm Raven Perez, so that's shame on you. I'm kidding.
But you always are eating tacos when you're reading Savage Dragon. I'm like, what the fuck is he doing?
I love it. No, dude, so I had a thumbprint, and like my thumb lifted the ink, and I was like, oh, dick. I was like, dick balls. This is the worst. Hairy dick balls. I hate this. I ruined my cover. And so I'm cruising the shelves looking, and lo and behold, the store has another copy sitting right on the stands, right?
And you took it from some new reader that was going to be his first issue, you goddamn bastard.
I sure did. Fuck them. That's what I said.
Was it the other cover?
No, it was the same one. I swapped it out.
Which oh, so someone's first issue's got a big Raven thumbprint on it.
Right.
It's going to be worth money someday.
Hey, baby. I'm telling you. Just, if ever I commit a crime, that'll be like the clue that puts me away. And they're like, oh.
Did you get original flavor or extra 70s?
I got original flavor. Extra 70s wasn't even available to me, oddly enough. How about you guys?
I got both.
Got both? Uh-oh. Variant hater, Purcell. What did you
digital.
do?
Digital ones have the non-image comic group covers.
So they're making that choice for you.
Yeah, makes it easy.
Yeah, that's fine.
I kind of like the original on this one because he does a clear logo, so you can see the rocks.
Yeah, I was actually looking at that. I noticed that because the copy I'm reading is has both covers. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I imagine it's because of the circle icon behind Malcolm.
Mm-hmm.
That he can't do a see-through.
Right, if he did the see-through, it'd look awkward because that's
a good
that's
point.
my
That's
guess.
exactly why. Because I feel like the clear one pops better on this cover with the black.
Agreed. Totally agreed, dude. But it's a beautiful cover anyway.
Yeah, it's fun.
It stands out on the shelf so good, dude. Just you walk by and you just see this like fucking black cover with Malcolm just falling in a rubble. Oh, it's so good. What? Pray
and there's
tell.
one out there with a giant white fingerprint spot.
I know.
Goddamn Neanderthal.
Taco
handle your comics with care.
Taco eating bastard. Guys, what is Josh Eichhorn felt the whole world was so jive a reference to?
I don't know. 70s?
Yeah.
I don't know. Just curious. I mean, let's not labor if we don't know, but I was just curious. Listeners, if you know, write in. Let us know. I bet Simon knows. I feel like that's a reference he'll immediately get. Anyway, who's this rather dashing Canadian fellow here?
This flag-wearing superhero.
Mm-hmm.
He's pretty cool.
The Canadian.
I want to call him Captain North America.
He's the Canadian.
Is he named?
Yes.
The Canadian.
He must be part of North Force, which we heard about last issue.
Maple Bacon is what I would have called him.
I mean,
YMCA lyrics have "I felt the world was so jive."
Oh,
beautiful! I love it, dude. Felt the
You
world
a
was
jive
so
motherfucker.
jive. It's good, dude. I gotta say,
Can we bring that word back? Sorry.
Jive?
That's jive.
Can I tell you that an old man told me yesterday? He said, "I gave you a 5. Now cut the jive."
Oh my God, that's
and
the best.
I told him, I said, "Man, I'm gonna try." And like he laughed. He died laughing.
Did you say you a cool motherfucker?
I didn't do it because I didn't want to I knew I couldn't pull that off. I just said, "I'm gonna
And
try."
that's no jive turkey.
So yeah.
You feel me?
It's very close to Thanksgiving. I feel like we should have dropped the jive turkey a little sooner.
Yeah, sorry. Let's get back to the Canadian. I'm sorry, guys.
Dudes, did we know Samurai's name was Gladys?
no, it's new.
No, but it's hilarious.
Isn't that funny to think of the
It's like
VC?
someone's grandmother is Gladys.
You're right. Like the VC are on like first name basis with each other.
Wait,
But she calls him Roughneck.
wait a minute.
Right.
Wait a minute. Is how it's spelled here pronounced Gladys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's not short. That's not pronounced Gladdy. Short for Gladys.
No. It's Gladys.
Okay.
Gladys Knight.
I thought Gladys was short for Gladys.
Nope.
Hey, Gladys.
Gladys. It's kind of like if you were Scottish. Give me a break, Gladys. How do you know you don't like it if you haven't tried it? Roughneck dressed in the red, and white, and blue shorts all these years, and he's had that Scottish accent.
Well, see, he's got the red, white, and blue shorts, but whenever I look at his face, he reminds me of the English flag. Because he's got that red cross thing going on with the blue, which is
true.
Which is sort of kind of like the English flag and the Scottish flag put together, but not quite.
Mm-hmm.
He's just Roughneck.
Yeah,
Weirdo.
he's just Roughneck.
The weirdest goddamn costume ever.
Love it, dude.
But you think those screws are part of his powers, or he just puts them in?
Puts them in, dude, because they get knocked out all the time.
He's so weird. That's a Dave Johnson thing.
Yeah, parody of Dave Johnson with like the screws.
I think did Dave Johnson, was he the first to draw him?
No,
or is it a parody?
No, Eric said he was a parody of Dave Johnson's characters.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You want a fun thing for your Roughneck enjoyment, and I don't think we've ever brought it up in the show as much as we've done. Like, we've done 10 years of FINcast. And you remember Hellshock?
Yes. It kind of has that red cross face thing.
Yes, dude. Yeah, Roughneck's got the Hellshock face.
There is a movie with a DVD cover that every time I see it, I think of Roughneck because it's got that cross face going on. Couldn't tell you what it is off the top of my head, though.
The old crossface, dude. Do you think?
I love Roughneck, though.
Dude, I'm sorry. Last question in this like weird Roughneck like tangent we're on. You know how he's got like all the straight head screws?
Yeah.
Do you think there's another dude with like 4 ways?
I thought he had 4 ways because those might just be reflections.
No, they're all straight heads in this one.
Oh, well, I got that wrong that one time I tried to draw him.
So you're saying, is there a guy with Phillips head screws?
Yeah, just covered in them.
They just call him Phillip head.
Yeah, whatever. 4-way straight head. It's all good.
No, I'm just saying with the character's name.
Oh, that's his name?
Head.
Phillip head. Just saying. Think about
It's
it,
his
dude.
brother.
I think that he has one of the funniest fucking faces on the following panel, where he's basically deciding he's just gonna skis out and
Vicious Circle needs better.
Come on, baby.
Vicious Circle needs better HR. All the sexual harassment going on.
Just
I love it.
out.
That's great.
Oh, God, dude. Creepy.
Dude, I love the scene in the background. They're in like some kind of weird warehouse. I love this cover is awesome. I mean, this front page is awesome. First page, I should say.
Oh yeah. It instantly is compelling, like with the Canadian just sneaking
character.
around.
He looks so cool. Anyone notice going through this though? Like his skin tone is like white.
Yeah, it's shock white, dude.
Yeah, I did notice that on the reread.
It's weird.
I think it's cool.
Yeah.
No, it is cool. It's just weird. I don't understand. Is he like a real pale white guy?
Maybe he's a living snowman.
That would not be cool.
I love that theory. He's just a living snowman that fights crime. Must have been some magic in that old
I gotta say the phrase
Canada outfit
Maple
they
leaf.
found.
What's that?
So he says this line that kind of, how do I explain this? All right, so he says things like "gotta make tracks" and "I am going the distance." Makes me think he's like an Olympic athlete character. I don't know.
Can I say Roughneck is just like a total bastard?
Roughneck's awful and he's terrible and he really needs to be. So I think Eric's getting it right.
No, he definitely like the characterization is perfect. But I'm just saying, like, dude, not only is he just like, hey, dude, I'm just gonna take the samurai pussy, but then like follows it up immediately with like slurs,
Homophobia. That's on brand for Roughneck.
And
But
crazy,
wasn't there a backup where he tried to like rape Hortus and Powerhouse stopped him?
Probably.
I swear.
So there's precedence for this? What a skis.
I swear.
What
Yeah,
a
like
skis
like
bag.
Hortus is down by the pond and he like comes down and tries to attack her and I think Powerhouse saves her.
Yeah, that was one of those plot lines that didn't go anywhere because we thought Hortus and Powerhouse were going to hook up, and then the whole stuff with Rex happened.
Also, Captain Canada not too heroic. Like clearly, Samurai is potentially getting sexually assaulted.
Yeah, but
and he's like,
she's
"Sweet, time to get out of here."
Super villain. These internal squabbles aren't really priority.
So Jim, you're saying you're just as shabby a hero as Captain Canada.
I mean, I guess if you tried to save Samurai, she'd probably just kill you.
You don't
I think she
would
can handle
like
herself too. Anyway,
I mean, she
like,
does.
well, yeah.
She kicks freaking Roughneck right in his face.
bolts flying. All right, I'm just saying that I thought that was a little shabby of him, And as a representative of Canada, I think less of Canada. So if that's how you guys do it up there, just saying, shame.
I think it's hilarious how Samurai doesn't wear underwear.
Yeah. And what's funny is, like, it was never really directly addressed, and here Roughneck's totally just talking about it. It's hilarious.
I really enjoy this Canadian guy's look, though. It's cool.
I think it was a good choice to make his little face piece, like, white. To, like, make his, like, skin, like, ridiculously pale.
Yeah.
I think it, like, sells it in a little... It's a small thing, but I think it sells it. But yeah, dude, he's just got a cool look overall. Like, when he's punching Roughneck in that final panel where it's like, pow, and it's just a close-up on the teeth, where he says, yeah. I'm going the distance. Doesn't that kind of just make him look badass?
Yep. It's cool. I like it. I always enjoy seeing new characters, new heroes.
I like him, but I do feel he's a little generic, but I think that might be the point.
Yeah.
He's a little... Well, it's not just... like the obvious Captain America thing, but there are Canadian heroes like Guardian who kind of look like this already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think he mentioned something. It's hard to like make a Canadian type Captain America guy that doesn't look like other.
It's tough also because nationalism like that's pretty not really. It's only really something Americans get behind.
I don't know. Don't you think that Brits like Captain Britain or Captain UK?
Yeah, they have Captain Canuck and
Jack Staff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't. It never feels the same as like Captain America or someone wearing a patriotic costume. I mean, an American patriotic costume. I don't know. It just seems to be a very American thing to do.
Bro, I think if you've got North Force just lurking around, like Malcolm name drops him, and then you see this dude, I think you gotta have a flag guy in the team.
Yeah.
I mean, God, look, America's got Super Patriot.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
You're telling me that Canada can't have, like, this, like, fucking flag, like, maple leaf, like, clad, like, badass?
I'm not saying you can't.
I just think that...
Well, I mean, and we just talked about it, like Angels wears an American flag costume.
Well,
I know what you're saying, Jim.
Now she wears the Canadian flag costume.
Right. I gotcha.
I do love the action of him getting punched by Roughneck and then catching himself on that pole, like rail.
That bar, yeah.
Isn't that so cool?
Yeah, I love how Eric's still keeping the scratchy panels.
Yes,
so
dude.
Fun.
Fucking A. And it's kind of cool to see, like, Samurai, like, you know, we've seen her as a, like, in role as kind of, like, like Dart's, like, right-hand woman.
Right.
And it's kind of cool to see her barking out orders and, like, the other, like, VC goons, like, listening to him.
I see old Laser Eye in the background.
Mm-hmm. What's his name? Laserhead?
Yes.
Perfect.
Fountainhead.
Striped pants.
I know.
Volcanic.
Laserface.
A wild hair.
Wild hair is fucking awesome. So good, dude.
Dude, how cool is this next page? The silhouette panel so for the listeners, it's the one with the Dragon Kids and Maxine. I love that silhouette page and panel.
Yeah, they're exiting Sneaky D's.
Which is a real place. I looked it up.
What are they? Is it like a family place? Like, is it kind of like Applebee's or something?
It's like a Tex-Mex place.
Nice.
I love I don't know who it is. I guess it's Amy swinging on the bar, the street sign.
No, Amy is holding Maxine's hand.
Oh, all right. Then it's
Tyrone or Jack.
Well, it's
awesome.
no, they both got backpacks, so that doesn't tell you anything. Never mind.
Yeah. That's a great panel, though. I really like it.
Yeah, dude, I love the silhouette panel, and just the action of the two kids playing. Like, it's fun to see them just, like, you know, playing around and stuff. They're talking about Amy marrying Walter.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious.
Just a funny type of kids conversation.
Dude, how awesome is that giant panel of like Malcolm asleep? He just looks fucking huge, you know? I'm a fan of
giant fist.
Right. I'm a fan of huge armed dragon, so I love it.
Yeah. He's like way too big for the couch.
Love it, dude. And they got hop on pop. It's so good.
This whole scene is hilarious.
Oh yeah, dude. The prank.
Yeah.
It's fucking fantastic. I love Maxine, dude. I don't give a fuck what anyone says, dude. The comedy she brings to the book, top tier. Top tier. Speaking of book comedy, Rogue Warrior's face.
I don't know about this little shit.
Yeah, look at him. He's like, what the fuck?
This, I have to always like remind myself. I get confused when like who's who and who's the father of who. So this is Billy, who's the son of Barry and Dart.
Yes.
Yes.
And Barry was the son of Battle Axe
and Dark Dragon.
Yes. They call them Battle Dragon.
Correct.
And
Billy...
he's half shark because Dart already had Mako's blood in her.
Right.
Correct. Yep, you got it.
So Billy's got a lot going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, some Mark Johnson face.
He's a shark. It's shark. He got shark face. Dude, think about like all the shit at play in this one character, Billy. He could grow up to be like the most deadly character. Because he could have that like whole Dart Captain Marvel, like super athletic, combined with his chosen one aiming.
Well, the thing is, I'm trying to remember here when he was conceived, because Barry didn't have chosen one powers, because Dark Dragon didn't have chosen one powers.
Right.
But he would have had super strength from Battle Axe.
Right. He's got more Battle Axe than he had more. And then later he got a blood transfusion to get the chosen one powers, but then he went splat.
Yep.
Damn, you're good, dude.
I am.
I was like, whoa, okay.
I remember facts as they happen, and then I continued to reference them in the future.
Alternative facts.
Nice. Yeah, Rogue Warrior, though, fucking hilarious. I guess that solves the whole thing of, is that his hair or is that a helmet?
Does it?
It's fucking hair, dude. Like, you're not gonna like keep your helmet on for sex.
That's what she says. That's hair, dear.
Yeah.
I guess he doesn't take the helmet off because getting his hair out of it's a pain in the ass.
I mean, it's probably just.
I always thought that the mohawk was his hair, but the rest was a helmet thing. But I don't know. Who knows?
I guess that's his like the little black parts, like his hair, and then he's just got a fucking mohawk.
Oh, I see. So he's shaved all the rest of his head.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
that could be it.
Yeah. I don't know. I just remember it. I could have swore I remember it being shiny at points, like helmet. Oh well, doesn't matter.
You think?
I love how he's like, what the hell, Dart? Is that Malcolm? Is that Dragon or Malcolm's baby? Do you fuck Malcolm? So he thinks that on the side she's like hanging out with Malcolm. Like, what is she playing at? You know?
Right.
He's all confused.
Yeah, he's instantly like, well, I mean, you got to think, he's like, holy shit, dude, like, you've got like a little like savage dragon running around, like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like what is this? Like, is he your enemy or not?
And then what's awesome is like Mr. fucking Power Hungry. They're naked in bed. They just had a roll in the hay, obviously, and he's like, fuck it, I'm gonna take over the vicious circle. It's like, are you serious, dude? Power Hungry, man.
She just slugs him. I love that panel with him on the ground.
Yeah, dude.
It looks awesome.
All of the Rogue Warrior in this 2-page sequence is top tier, dude. Like, fucking when he's getting popped, the way his like bottom jaw's like poked out.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. It's awesome. It's awesome as shit, dude. Give me all that Rogue Warrior you can, dude. I'll take it. And Shart. We get to see Shart, dude.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Years ago, we had that FINcast shirt with Shart on the back.
Mm-hmm. And we thought...
There's a pretty cool artist that did that. I forget who it was.
Guy's a hack. Guy's a hack. No, dude, like, it's cool because we never really got much Shart. You know what I mean? And, like, now we see that, like, you know, clearly, like, that is a way that she has, like, held command over the Vicious Circle. Because Rogue Warrior, we have to assume, is such a badass that he knocked Malcolm out for, like, hours last issue.
Right.
And, like, Dart just, like, knocks him on his fucking ass with one punch.
He could have not been expecting it either, though.
Well, he got sucker punched for sure. Because the thing is, I'm pretty sure Dart doesn't tell anyone about this. This is her ace in the hole.
He's just like, what the fuck?
When stuff like this happens.
Imagine 1 minute you're laying naked next to Dart, and then the next minute it's like this freaking thing with 20 rows of teeth. It's going to be hideous.
She anamorphs into a shark. Jim, I thought you would love that.
Don't get me started on Animorphs. I do not have time.
He was waiting for it.
I was gonna say I threw that out there for you.
Waiting for it. Just a little slab of meat for you.
Guys, the fucking wake up prank is hilarious. This shit is funny as hell, dude.
Yeah. The penis on his fin.
It's like the little pee drip.
I mean, Malcolm does have a point
think
here.
It's pee. It could be something else.
Malcolm has a point here about if he'd impulsively lashed out, he could have like killed somebody.
You know what? That's why they stood back and they used. And look, she's behind the kids. She's not dumb.
Well, I actually was worried about that exact thing when she started drawing on his face in the first place. Imagine
David like
she dies by
yeah.
Malcolm
What
just
if he
punching her head off.
what if he tickles his nose and he just slaps the fly that isn't there and hits her instead?
Man, that would be such a downer.
I would be so mad if she died from this like a sleep slap.
Whoops.
Pap.
That's all, folks.
The sleep slap. Well, it's an awesome Maxine face, too. Like that laughing. Like her laughing is so fucking funny, dude. You know, when we first read this, I thought that they all had cymbals. Like, you know, the musical instrument.
Right.
And I was like, where did the kids all get cymbals?
Oh, just pots and pans.
Yeah, it's just pots and pans. But it was way funnier in my head when it was just like they all had cymbals for some reason.
I gotta say, I hate to be that guy. What would have made this a lot funnier is if Malcolm like clenched his ass muscles and he like shot through the roof, like super jumped straight out of the couch.
That'd be pretty hard to explain and
He had to render.
pictures.
Like there's just be a caption box. Malcolm's ass cheeks are clenched.
Well, no, I mean
A McFarlane-esque box.
Well, that's how you bounce on a couch, right? You flex your bottom muscles, kick out.
I don't understand this.
Okay, so you're laying on a couch and you want to get up quick, so you flex every muscle in your back side and pop yourself out, like Malcolm's doing right here.
I don't think I ever get off a couch that way.
Yeah.
Now
I want to try.
Fucking like gymnast shit.
Well, you just
Yeah. Clench your
what,
ass
what do you
muscles
think?
so
What do you think Malcolm's doing?
I mean, he's just jumping because he heard a loud sound.
Yeah, but how is he jumping?
Yeah, it's
His
like
legs are in the
cartoony.
air.
It's like a cartoon type reaction.
No,
Yeah, you
that is
throw
how
your
a
arms.
human being pops out of a couch. All right, maybe it's just a me.
Yeah, but I don't do that in real
I
life.
mean, I don't
Ever.
I don't clear the couch like Malcolm has done, but because there's a bit of rotation involved. But you don't necessarily need to use your arms and legs to get yourself up out of a couch.
Question: is Malcolm's reaction an overreaction?
No, no, it's an underreaction because, like I said, he probably should have jumped at the ceiling.
Well, how many times have villains punched through his like apartment wall?
Yeah.
Good point.
I think he's overreacting.
I mean, it's Debbie Harris all over again. You gotta be careful.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, man. Look at this page. Best font in the game.
Oh yeah, dude. Absolutely. Did you say best font in the game?
Best letters.
Letters. There you go. Letterer. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, from the clang to the ha to the blah.
Even the what and the everything. Like it's a feast for the eyes.
Mm-hmm. And we've got the sweet jaggedy panel working into it. It's like not just reserved for action scenes. Oh, it's so good.
Well, that's an action scene.
Yeah, that's an action moment.
Yeah,
butt flexing.
Flexing, yeah, indeed. Loud noise, clang, jump. That's a super leap right there.
There's your FINcast title.
Butt
flexing.
Write that one down.
We got a really good Paul page. I think it's cool because this was something that has been in letters columns in Savage Dragon for years. But it's cool because like here we have like, an actual in continuity Paul Dragon talking about the Johnson twins getting super aged up. And their reaction to it is perfect. They're like, dude, we didn't get a childhood? That's messed up. And I never even thought about it. I was like, oh yeah, wait, what? And then like, Paul addresses it. He's like, no, dude, you got a childhood. Like we just got future versions of you. I was like, oh yeah, okay. I never thought of it, dude. I think it's cool that not only did he bring the old we aged our children up to help save the day thing into like actual continuity, but he actually threw in an extra wrinkle that felt very realistic. Like imagine someone tells you that like, yeah, imagine your dad tells you, yeah, dude, and like I needed someone to help me fight, so I just had a magical wizard make you an adult.
I'd just be like, you're insane.
Yeah, and
I don't know what you're talking about.
Doesn't he sound goddamn crazy? Like,
well, yeah, he's talking about like 3 different universes here.
Right. You're my son.
I'm trying to figure out how Fonte can go to the future, get the adult versions of your kids, bring them back to the present, and that you still don't also have children. Because you still have children. They still have to grow up to be taken by Fonte in the future.
I suppose the suggestion
he stole
would be,
their soul.
Yeah, I suppose the suggestion would be that, like, they came back to be adults and help, but then, like, they ended up eventually returning to their own time. Which, of course, we don't know. Like, this whole thing, that's the fun thing of this whole Paul Dragon thing, is we have no idea. I don't even know if we're ever going to find out or if it even matters.
I tell you, we're 4 issues in, and I'm still not used to seeing Paul Dragon. It still kind of excites me that he's in the picture. He's neat. I like that Eric's still tying in his old childhood stuff, and it's like his real childhood stuff,
Yeah.
And you can tell he's having fun bringing it into this continuity. And, I love the small fin now. It's really visually distinct from Malcolm. He doesn't look like a generic another dragon character. I really like it.
As long as he's front facing.
I was thinking we should call it shrimp fin. Doesn't it kind of?
I think it looks like a snake tail.
Yeah, but snake tail fin or shrimp fin?
Ice cream cone.
I still can't get over how it looks different from every angle. Like it doesn't fit, and I don't understand why.
We'll get it. I'm sure like the more Paul is in the book, the more he'll get it dialed in to where it's like flawless.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I agree with you, Craig. I think that like Paul's presence is still very exciting. I love seeing like him hashing out his old past. And, like, again, it's a thrill because this is stuff that we've seen in letters columns for years. And, dear listener, if you're a newer, like, or a returning fin head and, like, you maybe don't know, like, Eric has talked about, Paul Dragon in his original comics before anything and, like, the things that, he did with the character that were, like, left on the cutting floor. Like, he's like, well, I knew when I like started doing Savage Dragon that I wasn't gonna like cheat and age up his kids and stuff like that, right? But it's cool. because here we have Paul Dragon talking about stuff that we'd only previously ever seen in letters columns, talking about aging up the Johnson twins to help save the day with Fonte. So, yeah, just echoing what you said, Craig. It is still super cool to see Paul, and like, I love him, dude. I love his presence in the book. I think he adds a lot.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. Can someone explain the double notch thing on Peter's nose? Like, what is that? It's like a shorthand type thing. Like, what is it supposed to be?
It's got a ridge.
I always had it.
Yeah, it's like a ridge. It's like a divot or an...
It's so weird. How would that translate in real life? Look, I don't know. It's weird to me.
To me, it is like the ridge, like it goes in. Like you can see, like Paul kind of has like he's squinting his like eyes.
Yeah.
Only, like the Johnson twin with the ridge is ugly, so it's just there all the time, whether he's squinting or not.
Yeah.
It's not a nose based on reality. Like I don't think there's a real nose you can point to.
Yeah, it's like a shorthand thing, but I don't know. It's just weird to me. He's always had it.
Is there a real nose you got, Jim?
I mean,
is there someone you can like?
I mean, there's Mickey Rourke.
Yeah. Like a boxer's nose.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, just like a nose with a ridge. Like that's all. You know, like the really like pronounced ridge.
Yeah, like the mobster kind of cartoony look.
Right.
Like
yeah.
Which is like a boxer's look, cartoon boxer.
Yeah, he's also got really harsh like jowls, like laugh lines almost. So
Yeah.
I think a boxer's face is like a really good analogy.
How about this? Go ahead, sorry.
No, I was going to say, it's funny how it's like he's not really so ugly. Like he turned out kind of...
No, he's not
He's
anymore.
grown into his
more
face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
had more of an adult-looking face when he was a kid.
Yeah. It was a horrible face for a kid, but it wound up okay as an adult.
Yeah. This double-page splash. Woo!
Yes, dude. Yes. Can I just say, please stop and appreciate the little drawings in the background along the top.
It's like some kind of like Greek theme or something. I don't know.
Yep. I love it.
I love this double page splash with the ceilings and everything. It's like a banquet hall for the listeners. This is, I'm sure you know the page, but the vicious circle just basically murdered a whole group of, I guess, mobsters is what it amounts to.
Yeah. Dart's been cleaning house with all the local like mobster types. And Rogue Warrior's even saying, he's like, these guys won't give you any more trouble. And so, like, these are apparently, like, some of the old, like, Canadian mobsters that were still lurking around. They're just dead as a motherfucker, like, just in heaps. Oh, it's so good. The dude hanging from the ceiling.
Yeah.
So good.
The guy right in the foreground with just blood coming out of his mouth. It's just eyes open.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's good, dude.
It is good. All the ink splatter. Love it.
Mm-hmm. And can I just say, like, Nikos bringing it with his end of the, like, with his part of the bargain, because, like, just the blood stain, like, on the, like, tablecloth behind, like, between Dart's, like, calves there. Like, just that big blood, like almost like a coffee stain. Oh, it's so good, dude.
All right, so look just above Dart's calf. You'll see John Day.
Oh, yeah.
And then look slightly to the left, and you see another John Day-ish looking person. Do you think it's like the John Day mob?
Bunch of John Day relatives.
John Knight. Yeah, no, I do see the dude, like by Dart's hair. Like the bottom of her hair. Like he's got kind of a funny, like, funny, like, coif going on.
Such a great shot. You can see like rooms in the background with like pictures and plants, and we get a new vicious circle character we've never seen before.
Is she new?
The one with the
hellfire.
The one with the tentacles, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was Wild Hair.
No, because if you go back to the start, you get the mention of Wild Hair, and if you look at the foreground character, she actually has hair.
Well, Wild Hair is she's been in the book forever. She's like a Medusa type character, like with the Fantastic Four Medusa.
Right. Got it.
Humans.
Whereas this one is more of a Medusa.
Yeah. But Wild Hair has been around since Freak Force. Maybe that's why you guys need to when we go do our retro stuff. You'll
learn something.
You'll see more Wild Hair. I believe. I could be wrong.
Learn something. Guys,
I love the ink splatter on the ceiling, like the blood just splattered in the ceiling.
Yeah, this 2-page spread is fucking TNT. Again, Rogue Warrior. I feel like Eric's having a lot of fun drawing Rogue Warrior because, like, just look how cool his face looks. Like, he just looks like a badass.
His big fist, his cool shiny fist.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I love his boots with his little tassels.
Mm-hmm. So awesome. And Craig, I'm sure you know, who's the chick with the metal dreads?
That's Adjectiveless Warrior.
Oh, just Warrior?
Yeah.
Nice.
So you get Hellfire, Rogue Warrior, Wrath, and Dart. Am I missing anyone?
I love that we're getting more Wrath.
Wait.
Yeah, he's been around for a while.
Say those names again.
Hellfire, which is the new person.
Right, okay, Hellfire. Okay, sorry, that's the one I missed.
Okay.
Because it's I got hung up on the fact that it's Rogue Warrior and Warrior.
Yep.
Right.
And Wrath, the Omega Red type guy.
So good, dude. Dart, so much more badass than I ever imagined. So good.
Really, she's been like this for a long time, though. She's been head of the Vicious Circle for a long time. She's always been ruthless.
Yep.
Yeah, I know. I just had that thing where
that said, she's been really more ruthless than I thought she'd be without the God Sword, because the God Sword was kind of the great equalizer.
Right.
Nah, dude, she's just a badass with exploding darts. She'll fuck your shit. Malcolm with the big old plate of sliders, fantastic.
The kid's just destroying them.
Yeah. Love it, dude.
I love this page because Eric's just a master here.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have 2 shots of dragon and you don't see his face in either one.
Right.
So it's kind of like they left it where he got his face scribbled on, and you don't know if he washed it off because they were in between scenes now. And he's not going to show you his face.
Right. Also,
and so you've got to wait.
Please appreciate that on panel 2, it's easy to miss, like in the foreground, like the kid's lips, like the super huge lips eating a slider.
Yeah.
It's so good, dude. I love it.
Oh, yeah, it's true. I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
The word bubbles kind of block it.
Yeah, the little, exactly. The little slider is behind the word bubbles, but, it's just funny, just a round face with the, 2 lips about to take a bite of a slider.
Dude, a couple of things I want to talk about that I forgot to tell you to bring up was just the panels in general. I talked about the scratchy panels, but look at this page. You've got 3 different types of panels, like a thick line, a thin line, the blue border. Now, if you go back and look at the scene with Rogue Warrior and Shark, look at the panels there, how neat that is. So the red outlines, they all kind of connect.
Yeah.
He's just having a lot of, and you look at every page, and each panel has got a different thickness or color throughout this book, and he's just having a lot of fun mixing it all up. And it's such a 180 from even last year when everything was just kind of traditional.
You know what? It's funny you should even mention that. The thickness was something I kind of missed. But even when you flip back to the very beginning of the book, at the bottom, the second page where Samurai is kicking.
Yeah, the middle panel.
Yeah, the middle panel just has just a thick border. It's cool. I didn't notice that the border thickness was something he was just playing with here and there. But
every page has something weird, different going on.
I wonder if this is an experiment issue, an unannounced experiment.
I don't really think so, but I don't know.
You're right, though. Every single page has something different going on. If it's just I love it, dude. think about it, like the panels are normally like an uneventful part of a comic.
Yeah.
But it gives you something to look at. Like just an extra little degree of like graphic design.
No, it's fun. Yeah, I think he's having fun playing around with things, you know. It's just another interesting thing. And it's something that I feel like you really got to study a book and you know, you grab a book and you just read quickly through it. You don't catch things like that. But when we do something like a read through together like this is when you notice all these details and can appreciate that.
Oh, totally agree. Like for instance, you were saying, you know, Malcolm's head being off of the panel, like in every panel that he's on the page we're currently on. However, something that I'm appreciating more because we're doing like this page by page, like read through, is like, man, it's a really great 3D effect. Malcolm like coming out of the panel there.
Yeah. Just rushing right out.
Yeah. And like even the way the lines like sell the motion lines
absolutely.
of him, like it's like he's boom, it's like he's blasting out of that scene.
Yeah, it's great.
It's really good. Yeah. I love it, dude. I think, man, yeah, I don't know. You said it. I'm just agreeing. Like, I think he's having a lot of fun with this kind of shit. And the colors, dude. I know we've been talking a lot about the new colors, but like, I'm lucky. I hate when we're late, but I do also love when we have the print issue in our hands.
Yeah.
Because, my goodness, Maxine's face, like the little highlight on her right cheek.
Yeah.
This shit's so good. It just looks so painterly. Like, it's so good, dude. I feel like we say it all the time, but this book fires on all cylinders in different ways, like often. Like, it's kind of like, it really feels like 2020 Savage Dragon has just been strong as hell. In a lot of different ways.
The lettering, the panels. I mean, it's just a lot of fun. The callback characters that are coming out of the woodwork. Like Paul Dragon, the big changes. Like the kids.
Juggling a lot of different plot threads.
Older and more active in the book. Maxine's changed a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's definitely really enjoyable.
And then we get to see Layla, you know, a little older. Like, I think, when was the last time we saw her? She wasn't like 7 for sure.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago because they came up to Canada for a little while.
Right. That's when she was like, wasn't Angel being a bitch and telling everybody their parents and stuff? Okay, got it.
But
right.
Layla definitely looks like the age of Angel when the series focused on like the dragon family. Mm-hmm. When we got cartoony Angel, like it just seems like time is flying by so fast.
Oh yeah, dude, I hate it. She's gonna be like an adult, no time.
It's like pretty old wild, as fuck, isn't it?
Yes, dude. Kids, nothing ages you like kids, dude.
I love how they're
like if there's no kid.
Sorry.
I was going to say, if there's no kids around, like, you just don't really feel time.
Yeah.
But, like,
take it from,
kids age so fast.
Take it from
it's
somebody
like,
that has them. It's crazy. You know, you might not see somebody for 15 years and you see them and it's like nothing's changed. But then when you see them and they have kids and last time you saw them, they had, like, a 2-year-old and now they have a kid going to college or something.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's like, ugh.
I love how Angel's kind of keeping her thickness. I think it's kind of a cool look. That last panel, it's like...
Definitely.
I
like, hey,
that.
It's good, dude. I mean, keep it like different types of characters, man.
Right.
We talked about it.
Right.
Even Frank's mom, you know. Remember when we were like reading that one thing and I was like, oh shit, is that Edith? Like, what was
Mildred.
That's her name, right?
Mildred.
Yeah. I was like, shit, Mildred looks like she could be in Freak Force.
She
like
used
she
to
was
be
all
hot
skinny and hot.
Yeah, when she was first introduced.
Right. Now she's looking, you know, age appropriate.
Yeah.
It's kind of, I like it. I appreciate it.
We got to talk about the splash coming up.
Yes, let's do this.
And that's why that page was so ingenious. to not show his face, because you'd think
Right.
that you know, the page where they show the scribbles is kind of like a one-time gag. You know, you think that between that and when he's cooking the sliders, he probably got rid of it, or you're just not thinking about it. Ingenious move not to show his face, because it just makes this splash page all the more hilarious when you're like, oh shit, he didn't take it off. So
it's also funny because like Larson didn't have to sell that did he or didn't he moment.
yeah,
But like Maxine saying stop leaving your phone in the bathroom, kind of like it makes you think it's like, well, you know, Malcolm went to the bathroom, surely he washed it off.
yeah,
But no, he didn't.
that's funny.
I laughed.
Yeah, you got to imagine
I laughed
as a
so
nerd.
fucking hard.
And the fact that they just let him like keep it on his face, like he cooked burgers and everything,
Right.
and they just weren't like, they just never told him.
Yeah, no one said anything like, you didn't get it off, Dad.
Dude, this splash, do you think that Eric digitally put the glasses and mustache on so that it wouldn't ruin an awesome splash page if you wanted to sell it down the line? Or do you think it's just drawn on there?
I wonder.
Like, if you bought that original art, everyone would think that someone like fucked up your page. Like, who the fuck scribbled on your fucking Larson page?
It's honestly hard to say because I'm zoomed in on my digital version, and it does kind of look like it was used a different pen.
Yeah. Well, I can
That may
imagine
just-
he just took like a Sharpie and did that, so it gave it that effect, right?
Right.
If he did it.
The regular inking is a lot lighter
Yeah.
than that, so I don't know. It's hard to tell.
It's such an amazing page without like, if you would be so stoked to own that without like the mustache, like the foreshortening. It's like the best of Eric Larson in that page, you know. It's
Oh,
so
yeah.
fucking cool. But then
Like-
then it's like just fucking trashed with like glasses and a mustache scribbled on.
I gotta say, there's something fun about this page. Not just the pose and the stuff on Malcolm's face. It's the way how the detail gradually like fades out.
Yeah.
The further back you go.
Yeah.
Where you got Malcolm in his giant detailed fist, and you got Malcolm, and you got the cop behind Malcolm, and you got the cop behind that cop, and then you got the cops behind those
The
cops.
cars just turn into like squares. just
Yeah,
just
and,
like
like-
20 squares make up a car.
And it's incredible because when you look at it as a whole thing, you don't even notice.
Yeah.
Of course. See, that's cartooning, baby.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing, is that, like, cartooning is all about where you spend your time and energy. Mm-hmm. You don't have time to draw every car perfect. You don't even need to.
Well, and it also kind of reflects a human's eyesight. You can't see that detailed the further you go back, you know,
Exactly.
if you were there in real life. So it kind of
Can I tell
mimics
you-
that.
Can I tell you something that, like, and again, this is going to sound codgerly, but I'm just, as a comic artist, so, like, I see a lot of digital artists struggle with this. They'll pour a shit ton of effort into something that the human eye will never see.
Yeah.
And there's even a hashtag.
Or worse, it becomes distracting because it's too detailed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's too
Imagine.
busy.
Well, like, yeah. Imagine that, like, you're like, you know, playing a video game and something in the distance that should be blurry because it's far away is like crystal goddamn
Yeah,
clear,
yeah.
and you can see every leaf on a tree, and you shouldn't be able to. Yeah, that's exactly it, right? But like, there was even a hashtag where all these artists were like, "Here's your up close shot," because they were just really like happy to get to show off details of the art that they had created, because digitally you can zoom in infinitely. And sometimes people don't realize that it's like, bro, you don't, if you go to a museum and you look at a painting, like I'm talking like Renaissance masters, like painting,
Yeah.
some of that shit is just loosey-goosey,
Yeah.
right? It's because you don't have to do that. And so that's what's cool. Like what you're describing about, like, you know, Malcolm's the foreground. He's the most important figure on the page. So that's where Eric put the energy.
Right.
And then as you go back, the cartooning gets looser and looser because it doesn't matter.
Right.
And so, yeah, I don't know. Just not even really
How
a
your
rant.
eye
I'm
travels,
just saying,
you're looking right at that fist as it punches you in the face.
right. Yeah. It's
following down his leg and then turn the page.
Mm-hmm. And it's an awesome, like, you flip the page and it's like, boom, this is introduced. It's like, okay, it's fight scene time. Like, his action sequence begins, you know? A great page flip.
I love that. I love this page, though. Minus, I mean, I think it's funny as hell that it's scribbled on, but I imagine, like, how awesome that original art looks. I love those.
As a collector, would you not want it to be, like, issue accurate?
I don't know. I wouldn't mind if that was put in digitally and it wasn't, like, I feel like if that was something you were going to display, it would be so much cooler if it wasn't scribbled on.
What about you, Jim?
I think if you're going to, I think in the original art, it absolutely needs to be there.
Yeah, but those, you're not going to have the letters there, the lettering.
Yeah, but that's completely different. What does matter is that it doesn't make any sense if you see it on following pages.
Yeah. No,
right.
I mean, if I was going to buy a piece and it was like that was the same price as like another piece that was similar, I wouldn't, of course, for me, I would want more of a normal looking piece.
You don't want to put this on your wall?
Yeah, with the like bad glasses and the like mustache.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It would be so cool looking, except for that. So it makes me wonder if he actually put it on. Because think about it, if you were going to sell this piece, how much it would be devalued having that on there.
Albert Moy.
Some crazy motherfucker would still buy it.
Some glasses and mustache, otherwise 9.4 quality. I love Fracka's a cow. I love it. It's like a very Brackabadoom kind of a thing,
Boom, baby.
Yeah, just a personality, dude. Like, Malcolm just like busting down this VC like stronghold and just like instantly lightning punching the shit. They just flying everywhere. Oh, it's so good. And then the fucking cops are holding their own too, dude.
Big difference when you look at like the Chris Eliopoulos school of lettering, where his blams are more of like a straight QB, like blam, 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 going straight down, versus this more of the old school.
I like that they're like different sizes. Like it's kind of like it sells it,
Yeah. All different panels here again.
Rogue Warrior bulletproof, just fucking awesome.
Thing.
Like every scene with him, awesome, dude.
This Hellfire chick showing her powers.
Dude, she's so great. So good. I love it.
I love Rogue Warrior's boot is the underside of his boot in that first panel.
Oh, that's him?
Yeah.
Awesome. Oh, yeah, with the little... I see the flags coming off the boot.
Yeah.
So good, dude. Oh, look at Dart. I don't know. It's just like the little things you miss. Even Dart going flying. Oh, it's good, dude.
I was scared on this next page. I'm sure Jim was too.
Yeah. So we're learning a lot about Rogue Warrior here, mostly in that he's strong as shit.
Yeah.
Because holy fuck, does this guy take punishment and walk away from it?
Yeah.
Like blew out his sternum.
Yeah. He looks fucked up. I gotta admit, when I saw that, I was like, no! Gone as soon as he got in. So many good moments. I thought he was dead, dude. I thought Malcolm the Murderer struck once again.
Every panel on this page is freaking awesome.
Dude, the vagina. Yeah. The dripping vagina. It's
on
so funny.
One side he's got a penis, the other side he's got a vagina on his fin.
God, it's so funny.
But I love Hellfire's like stance where their arms like pulled back. I was like you can feel the motion in that, and just scorching these police. There's like little skulls, or at least one skull in the middle there.
Just burning. Imagine fire hot enough to just fucking burn a dude into bones.
Yeah, it's just Hellfire.
It's fucking awesome, dude. And I love the, like, acrobatic Malcolm pose of him like grabbing those darts.
Yeah, and darts like throwing like pose is pretty awesome. I love that. And I love the explosions, like the thick markery type outlines.
Yes. Dude, it's fucking awesome. Like, this whole scene is awesome as shit because, again, you have everything. You have Dart using her exploding darts, but then Malcolm, who has Chosen One aim power, also using the darts.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
grabbing
so
them
good.
and just rethrowing them. Or he pulled it right off her leg, right? The darts.
Right.
He just
Yeah.
grabbed a handful.
Well,
Pulled it right
what
off
he's
the
doing
leg.
is he's dodging her tosses and then grabs her own darts
Yeah.
as he goes by.
I don't know who she hit, but he dodged one and she hit one of the other villains.
Probably cops.
I think it's a
who else?
regular warrior.
Yeah, because it's
something.
got the fancy boots.
Yeah.
But like Rogue Warrior, like the way he's leaned back with his chest exploding. Oh, it's such a good panel.
Yeah, that freaked me out.
I thought he was the gunner, dude. Thought he was a gunner. Shart looking awesome as shit too, dude. Just the way the bursts.
Yeah, that's something he doesn't use all the time, that kind of punching burst.
Oh, it's so good.
That's a
dude.
good effect. And I love...
And Malcolm's like fucking lips.
yeah,
dude.
just
He's
like boom, with a blood splatter.
And again, what's great about this is, baby, sequential art. Gotta love it. You have Rogue Warrior punching Malcolm on the opposite page. So on the left-hand side, you got, Malcolm taking a punch. And, his lips are getting, knocked out. He's got some blood. But he instantly pivots from that punch into, his little acrobatic move, and he grabs the darts or whatever else. Dude, I'm telling you, Shart must be stronger than Rogue Warrior, because she punches Malcolm and he goes fucking flying into a wall.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, this fight scene is great. It really is.
Just little storytelling.
It's funny too because they the VC Rogue Warrior is is this a joke to you? You think this is funny? Because he's got the scribbles all over his face and he doesn't even realize it, so it's pissing them off even more.
Right. Yeah, Dart's calling him Clown Boy. Again, just because he looks so fucking silly.
He just zaps the shit out of Warrior in Wrath. And I love that. I love, Malcolm's got this thing where, we saw it with the Vicious Circle kids, and he just kind of, talks shit. He's like, those are your heavy hitters, and they're down for the count.
Yeah.
You might want to rethink this. And then we got this Hellfire chick who's shown to have super hot flames, basically just scorch the skin off Malcolm, which is another great device that Eric uses because, in essence, it gets rid of all the marker bullshit on his face.
Right.
So that when we see in this coming page, it makes it all the more kind of heavier.
Yeah, it really is kind of a clever way to turn that joke into sort of just a way to illustrate, he got his fucking flesh seared off.
Yeah. Yeah, and it makes this last couple pages that more impactful when you see it, because it would be hard to take it serious, and as we get to it, we can talk about it.
There's so much great anatomy, dude. I'm just saying, if you look, you mentioned, Dart, with her twist, but, dude, just look at, the poses and anatomy on everyone.
Yeah.
Warrior has great anatomy. Just her in the foreground, where Malcolm is, twisted looking at Hellfire.
Yeah.
Just so many cool, poses and shit. It's a feast, dude. It's a fucking feast.
This is a really one of the better battles we've seen in a while, I feel like.
Yeah.
And it's
it's
4 or
just
5
intense.
pages or whatever. Well, I guess it's more than that, but it's just a lot going on, a lot of cool characters, a lot of cool poses.
And just Malcolm getting his shit rocked. I felt for a long time in the book, Malcolm was just fucking everyone he met up, with ease almost.
Yeah. Well,
just lightning power.
He almost always deals with single villains, though.
Yeah.
Right.
And he's holding his own until the end here. And he's getting rocked, but he's also giving out some punishment.
Oh, for sure. If it wasn't for Dart and her exploding darts, I honestly think he probably would have been okay, because even getting blasted, he's still coming at him. but bro, she fucks his kneecaps up. Like, it's like leg gone, hand gone.
How are her darts so powerful?
They explode.
I know.
You gotta imagine,
man,
she upped that shit for Malcolm.
What can you put in a dart that size to, like, take care of Malcolm? The guy can, like, bounce bullets off him. It's crazy. I mean, she's done it before.
Like glycerin or something?
I don't know.
Oh my
It's pretty
God,
wild.
dude. I know exactly what it is.
Well, it's like white phosphorus or something.
No, it's fucking soda making. It's fucking soda mix, dude. Oh my God. Brutal.
Soda casualties.
Soda casualties. No, it's so good. I love it. Dart just fucking vivisecting Malcolm with her darts, dude. Like, it's awesome that it's not the God Sword. It's awesome that she doesn't even need her shark powers. She's just fucking tearing this kid apart, like just blowing him into pieces with her darts. And then, boom, dart triumphant.
That last page,
what a
man.
fucking page. Yeah, dude, what a page. One of the Finheads on the Facebook group compared it to the feeling he got when you're reading Walking Dead and you see Carl with his fucking eye gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Malcolm looks fucked.
It's probably one of the most fucked we've seen him since his taking over the lead.
He's missing an eye. It looks like his chest cavity's blown open. He's missing a leg.
You can see his skin's boiled. Look at the blisters. Like he's
There's a pool of blood around him. Dart standing over him. Dart looks awesome.
I
look
know,
at
dude. Dart.
like just the way he drew her thighs and stuff like that. Just it's fucking crazy.
Dude, she's just triumphant. Like, it's just this is a pose where it's just she's standing on Malcolm's hand. It's like, God damn,
I love her
dude.
arm poses, like the one dart in her hand and the other hand clenched in the back. Looks so powerful and cool. And I love how the guys around her, just the rest of her circle, just kind of picking themselves off the ground, kind of just all fucked up, but they won in a room full of bodies.
Yeah, it's a goddamn bloodbath, dude. Blood everywhere.
Man, these backgrounds, again, with the ceiling and everything, best backgrounds in the business. So cool.
I love the little details, I know they're rougher drawings,
yeah,
but they don't, again, we talked about it, they don't need to be, but I love the little drawings of the, like you said, Aztec.
Or whatever it is. It looks like Greek or something. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. 28 years, dude, and I don't think we've seen him do that kind of shit. I feel like it's crazy as shit that you can read Savage Dragon and still get new stuff.
I mean, he's been on a roll with these cool looking rooms. Remember the mansion or the penthouse that Dart was in with
yeah,
that was awesome. I mean, it's fun. He's having a lot of fun here.
Oh yeah. Again, it's how many times do you read something and you're like, man, I can tell this guy's coasting. But I feel like when you're reading Savage Dragon, it's dude, he's constantly fucking pushing himself to do something different. It's good.
Yeah.
Just, whew, holy shit, what an issue. What an ending. And what's funny is you think about the endings that we've had even this year, with Paul, hi, son, remember me? And, we've had some crazy final stingers, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he's really worked hard in 2020 to deliver stingers, at the end of an issue. And still, here we are, years almost over, and holy shit, we're still getting it.
Dude, can we talk about this letters page?
Please do.
The green box. Welcome to Savage Dragon 254. Things have been having great runs. Is that what he said? Things have been having great runs of late.
Yeah, each issue is having a great run.
Yeah, 250, 252, and 53 have all gone back to print due to high demand, and the back issue prices of Savage Dragon issues post 200 or so all seem to have gone through the roof. Sales are on the rise and life is good. I love hearing that. I love it.
Dude, yeah.
That
music.
Yeah.
It's my favorite song, baby. Oh, it's so good. So good to hear. Thank you, Finheads. Thank you for your listening. Just keep that train rolling, baby. Best book in the biz.
Triumphant return of Nick Justice to the letters pages.
I know.
Shout
and
out
I
Nick
gotta say,
Justice.
I feel like we brought our boy Nick into it. We're like, hey, Nick, get in there, dude. Represent.
Matt Cashel might hold the record now for most letters in one issue with 3.
Yeah.
3 letters.
Yeah. Yeah, 3 in a single issue. Yeah, I was like, all right, dude. Cool. No, but, dude, right on. I mean, like, yeah, better write him in than not. I like the variety, too. You get, like, letters from the Netherlands, letters from England, letters from Seattle, Nick in Virginia. So good. So good.
And we're not done.
No, we still got an awesome fucking backup, too.
Ethereal Warriors.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, you go.
No, dude, you do.
No, I was saying part 4. Which is, I love these backups. I love Frank Fosco backups. I love backups that are related to Savage Dragon's main story. Mm-hmm. Just another killer backup.
Even though this is like older work by Frank, man, it's still fantastic.
Absolutely.
I think he's really killing it. I love his Vanguard in this. I love this modem.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so good, dude.
Yeah, so this issue too, like, so I'm comparing this to the Ethereal Warriors Vanguard one-shot, which is what this originally came out as, in black and white. But again, to see this in color is awesome. And then they pull a few tricks here, which I'll talk, well, at least one trick, which I'll talk to you about when we get there. Mm-hmm. But Modem, you remember, was in the regular Vanguard, and actually there's a little footnote there, Vanguard 2 and 4 in the regular series. So
right.
We're seeing her kind of come back for the first time. And then you'll remember back when Vanguard had his backup, whatever, I forget what issues, the early 200s, she comes back there too and joins the group. So we know right. She's kind of a long-standing character. So kind of cool to see her come back. And really in this, she's not, like, they have this satellite that's like kind of fritzing out and they think it's because of her, but it's really the guy, and I can't think of his name. Do you know what the villain's name? The villain. I can't remember his name right now. It's killing me. Is it Zecora? Zecora, right?
Bro, I'm not going to lie.
So, actually, it's not Zecora. We'll find out the reason in a minute. But just to go back, we know it starts off right with Ethereal Warriors. Zecora has one of those lenses, and he gets transported to Earth somehow. And so now he's on Earth. And then we kind of shoot back, and we see where Vanguard's at right now. And last we found that Vanguard was getting called by Wally because the satellite's kind of going haywire, and this is where we're at.
Right.
So Vanguard leaves Roxanne in Paris and shows up. The satellite's fritzing out. He goes to find out where it's the power, I guess, or whatever is getting shot to, and it turns out it's, where are they? In like Arizona or something?
It's Arizona, yeah.
So this panel where Zecora is kind of laughing, the ha ha ha, we saw that panel already. And
it's where he threw the Jeep, right?
Yeah, so he threw the Jeep. So this is a repeat of that panel. The Jeep just exploded. And now we get Vanguard tapping him on the back.
Nice. So it was a little time game.
Yeah.
I like it.
So
I thought that's what was happening, but it's good to hear another person.
I had to go back and look, and I was like, what's exploding? And then I was like, I got to reread this. And I was like, oh, it's the same panel.
Nice.
So basically, Zecora is getting punched, and he leaves Wally up there by the satellite, and now Modem, who controlled Wally, remember she got into his head during the regular issues?
Right.
The ongoing or whatever. She's attacking Wally, but then she gets interrupted by another blast.
Right.
So Wally gets free. Vanguard is on Earth. So Zecora made a powerhouse, and I guess this is how kind of those lenses work. They need to have their own source of power. It's kind of like the Castle Grayskull in a way of the Ethereal Warriors. So they have one on Ethereal Warriors planet, and then this is a Zecora guy when he landed here in the previous issue. He made his own powerhouse to like somehow he's pulling power from the original powerhouse to this one on Earth. And now Etherian is chasing that power source, and I think that's what this new blast is to the satellite. Like they're kind of going through some kind of, I don't know if it's a time warp or reality warp to get to Earth to chase down Zecora.
Right.
I feel like
it's like a portal.
Yeah, right. So that's what that new blast was on the satellite, and I have a feeling, I mean, I've already read the story, but I think this next episode is where we're going to see Etherian show up.
I love the coloring on this. I love the art on this. This story is great. I'm happy to see Modem show up again. And serendipitous timing. Wouldn't you know it? I was doing some back issue bin diving, and I found a copy of this one shot, which I didn't have.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah. So
isn't it huge
perfect.
seeing it in black and white versus color?
Well, I haven't had a chance to dig because I didn't want to. I knew I wouldn't have the willpower to not read the whole thing.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that, like, I can't wait to compare it, like black and white to color. Like, I can't wait to do the side by side.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, I feel like with the black and white, there's a lot going on, and it's hard to see. Mm-hmm. And so the color just helps it. Like, I feel like it wasn't drawn for black and white.
Right.
Kind of like Turtles in the beginning. Mm-hmm. So you'll see, especially like on the previous episodes where they show like all the image characters on one page. Remember that panel?
Right.
Having it in color makes it so much better.
Ooh, I can't wait. Yeah, I'll be sure to report back. I will read this between this FINcast and the next FINcast we do, and I'll have a lot more feedback to share with you on that. But yeah, I can't wait. I'm super excited that I was able to pick that up.
Well, and they also chop it up and rearrange it for the serial.
Ooh,
so
nice.
I think it reads better now as a serial, and that's the way it was intended in the beginning. It was going to start as a backup in Vanguard and then transition to the main story of Vanguard if it continued going.
I've liked this. I've liked this whole thing. I like Van, of course. Vanguard is fucking awesome. And I like Etherian and the Ethereal Warriors. I think they have kind of a weird He-Man Master of the Universe kind of a thing going on. Science barbarians.
Yeah, which they're ahead of their time because this is before He-Man when Frank created the character. So,
really,
I believe so. I think Frank created him in the late 70s. I mean, I know it was published as Megaton in the early 80s, but
definitely
it was right around that time.
Definitely predates Masters of the Universe.
Masters of the Universe is like 83, right?
Yeah, early 80s. Yeah. Wow, dude. It's kind of like how Guy and Duder, every time I see Guy and Duder, I think, oh, it's like Terrence and Phillip. But Guy and Duder predate Terrence and Phillip by like a shit ton.
Yeah.
Because they were from Eric's original comics. It's just so funny, these concepts like science barbarians, like Frank had it.
Yeah. I'm sure a lot of people did then, too. And it just certain things stick.
Like He-Man, there's probably a lot of New Gods influence.
Yeah, and Frazetta and stuff like that.
John Carter.
Because I'm pretty sure He-Man has a lot of New Gods influences.
Yeah, I think there was a lot of heavy Frazetta influence in He-Man.
Big time, yeah.
I have a book on He-Man art, and it talks about it, and I forget now. But there's actually the original write-up on what they were going for and stuff like that. But yeah,
fucking awesome. Loving this backup, though. Just loving it. Love Wally. Like, always a pleasure, you know. I think the visual effects, you were saying, like, I can't wait to see these in black and white because I just think Modem looks so cool in color.
Yeah.
Like the way her hair is, like, just energy on that panel where she's got, like, Wally.
Yeah.
Like,
it's
you know,
hard to
like,
translate
oops.
that in black and white.
Oh, it looks so
Having,
good in
like,
color.
the pink glowy kind of, like, screen type looking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So cool, dude. Very fucking cool. Love it, love it, love it. Yeah, this work is fantastic. It holds up. Kudos, Frank. Kudos, Nikos.
And Gary.
And Gary, you know it. You know, man. You
And
know
Adam on
Gary.
new letters.
Did Adam do the lettering?
Yep.
Beautiful. Beautiful. The whole
Adam
squad's
Pruitt.
here, baby. Friend of the FINcast. Love it. It's fantastic. It's a great backup. And you want to know what's funny, too? This one-pager, I wasn't expecting just looking at this at a glance to love this. I was like, oh, where's Moonbeard? You know,
Yeah.
where's like, you know, more like that. But, dude, this is a good backup because it has so much, like, modern Savage Dragon stuff in it.
Yeah. Some insider stuff like Atomic Eye.
Right, and Buffalo Stew. I love the idea, neighbor Craig or high school football Malcolm. I love the idea that he's peeling the card open, hoping for a Mr. Glum, and he gets Buffalo Stew, and they're not even like bummed about it. They're like, "Oh, cool, Buffalo Stew." It's good, dude. And look, what's that in the very last panel?
Little Atomic Eye in the sewer.
Little Atomic Eye in the sewer, dude. Gotta wonder.
It's good stuff. I wish there was
Please.
some Malcolm Dragon cards.
Yeah, man, please give it to me. With bad chewing gum and everything. Guys, thoughts on the issue 254?
Another banger.
Yeah, I love it. I love the direction this book's been in. Just good stuff. Really enjoyable.
Agreed.
I definitely think the ending is one of... It opens up a whole lot of possibilities. I highly doubt Malcolm's dead. He's come back from worse before, or Dragon has at least. But I do think it's pretty bad. It's the worst it's been for him.
Yeah.
So, we'll see.
There's a lot at play. You know, Eric has talked about how... you know, humans mating with Krillians dilutes them. And so you just don't know how well Malcolm can come back compared to his old man, you know. Like, there's a bunch of different things, you know. Like, his fucking head being ripped apart. Like, what the fuck happens there? You know, who knows? So, just good shit.
Agreed.
That's assuming that the vicious circle doesn't just like haul his fucking carcass off and dip him in acid or something crazy. Like, I don't know, dude, it's nuts. It's bonkers. 10 out of 10. I think that 2020 has been, before the FINcast, we sort of tallied up. There will be like roughly 8 issues this year.
Yeah.
And I think these 8 issues have just been strong as a motherfucker.
Absolutely.
It's been an incredible year, dude. In a year that has just been pure dog shit, Savage Dragon has been pure gold.
Every aspect. You know, I said that before, but the lettering, the coloring, the penciling, the story, even the backup.
The covers.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, fucking everything, dude.
It's as good as it's been.
Totally agree. Totally agree. I guess on the next Savage Dragon, 255, The Empty Grave. Sorry, I cracked myself up. Paul Dragon travels to Dimension X to visit the grave of his departed wife, but he gets more than he bargained for. And there we go. So originally we were like, it could be Dimension X, could be something else. Now we know it's Dimension X. Paul's going to Dimension X, so we'll see.
Well, here's
Is
the
Jennifer
thing,
gonna
too.
be
There's
happy?
no mention of Malcolm.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like,
We're going to switch to Paul now. Oh, okay.
technically Paul is still a savage dragon, my dudes.
And Malcolm's missing half his face in a puddle of blood.
Yeah, savage carcass.
Thank God that hellfire torched his skin off so he didn't have to, if he's dead, I don't know, but wouldn't have to die with a cock on his fin.
Yeah, a vag. The old leaky vag, drippy cock.
But seriously, that was a cool device to do that. Because it would take... the scene would look so ridiculous if he was laying dead with, like, a fake mustache.
Yeah. It's good, dude. Like I said, little things that you think are just sort of like gags or whatever, they end up, like, being used in, clever ways. Like, it really sold the Hellfire. To have her burn all his skin off, it really sold it. It was just a clever device.
Yeah.
Whew, good issue. Oh my God. Awesome. Well, shit, that's about it, right?
I think we said it all.
Yeah. Thank you for listening, Savage FINcast listeners.
And all 8 of you that Raven called out, you know who you are.
You know your names. We know you too. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Craig.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening.